Jesus heals on the Sabbath, Matthew 12:9-14, Luke 6:6-11. 1. And he went again into the synagogue, and a man was there having the hand dried up. 2. And they were observing him narrowly, if in the Sabbaths he will heal him, that they might accuse him. 3. And he says to the man having the hand dried up, Rise in the midst. 4. And he says to them, Is it lawful in the Sabbaths to do good or to do evil, to save a soul or to kill? And they were silent. 5. And having looked round upon them with anger, grieved for the hardness of their heart, he says to the man, Stretch out thy hand. And he stretched out, and his hand was restored whole as the other. 6. And the Pharisees having come out, quickly with the Herodians were making counsel against him, that they might destroy him. Jesus heals the multitudes, Matthew 4:23-25, Luke 6:17-19. 7. And Jesus withdrew with his disciples to the sea, and a great multitude from Galilee followed him, and from Judea, 8, and from Jerusalem, and from Idumea, and beyond Jordan, and they about Tyre and Sidon. A great multitude, having heard what he did, came to him. 9. And he said to his disciples that a small vessel should remain for him on account of the crowd, that they might not press him. 10. For he cured many, so as to fall upon him, that they might touch him, as many as had plagues. 11. And unclean spirits, when they saw him, fell before him and cried, saying, That thou art the Son of God. 12. And he censured them much, lest they should make him manifest. The 12 apostles, Matthew 10:1-4, Luke 6:12-16, of 13. And he goes up to a mountain and calls whom he would, and they came to him. 14. And he made the 12 that they might be with him, and that he might send them forth to proclaim. 15. And have power to cure diseases and cast out demons. 16. And he set to Simon the name Peter. 17. And James, him of Zebedee, and John brother of James. And he set to them names Boanerges, which is, sons of thunder. 18. And Andrew, and Philip, and Bartholomew, and Matthew, and Thomas, and James him of Alphaeus, and Thaddeus, and Simon the Canaanite. 19. And Judas Iscariot, who also delivered him up. A house divided, Matthew 12:22-30, Luke 11:14-23. 20. And they came into the house, and again came the crowd together, so that they could not even eat bread. 21. And they with him, having heard, came forth to take hold of him, for they said that he is affected in mind. 22. And the scribes, they having come down from Jerusalem, said that he has Beelzebul, and that by the ruler of demons he casts out demons. 23. And having called them, in parables spake he to them, How can Satan cast out Satan? 24. And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. 25. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. 26. And if Satan rise up against himself and has been divided, he cannot stand, but has an end. 27. None can plunder the vessels of the strong, having entered his house, except he first bind the strong, then he will plunder his house. The unpardonable sin, Matthew 12:31-32. 28. Truly I say to you, that all sins shall be remitted to the sons of men, and defamations whatever they defame. 29. And whoever should defame against the Holy Spirit has no remission forever, but he is liable to the penalty of eternal condemnation. 30. For they said he has an unclean spirit, as Jesus' mother and brothers, Matthew 12:46-50, Luke 8:19-21. 31. Then came his brethren and his mother, and standing without they sent to him, calling him. 32. And the crowd sat about him, and they said to him, Behold, thy mother and thy brethren without seek thee. 33. And he answered them, saying, Who is my mother and my brethren? 34. And having looked round upon those sitting round about him, he says, Behold my mother and my brethren. 35. For whoever should do the will of God, he is my brother and my sister and mother.